like no one has the views I have. Like no one, like it's not even a contest.
That's amazing.
And I'm still suffering. That's why sometimes I'm like, you know what?
I mean, there's still high-end cars that have halogen headlamps. I'm like, I'm not parting with 800,000 rand for kerosene. Guys.
Everything I'm doing, Mr. David, is to one day own a Porsche. Porsche is the end game.
There's some brands who actually have to relaunch a car because it didn't get coverage the first time.
Ooh, because they did this. The traditional route. What are you driving? Are you willing to tell us?
I don't have a car. I want a BMW 320D in blue.
King David Studio Podcast.
Today I'm hanging out with people who make money telling us which car to buy. And I wonder if they're really experts. That's the big question. But I'll tell you, they know way more about cars than I'll ever will. And they're right here in the studio. MrHowMuch. Umamute ubani kama lako ndo?
Ubongani.
Bani.
Ubongani mpofu.
Finally. Maseve.
Yeah.
Who are those?
No, it's just like friend of beloved.
And Reba, what does it stand for?
Rebanilwe Sumakani.
Where are you in the pecking order at home? You either the first or the last? What's going on?
I'm the second one.
And how many are you?
We were 5, so unfortunately my older brother passed now. So it's really 4.
Yes. Do you guys get along?
Yeah, we do.
Do you have a WhatsApp group?
Yes, we all do. We actually do.
The 4 or
the parents' birthday.
Oh hell!
But it's usually the updates like
How boring is that?
Chilled one. Oh, this one did this one milestone. You know.
Okay, those times. Kiki stock fan. Nothing too. Akuna complaint. Mang. Or you'd rather call.
Yeah, you call the aggressor or whatever. Well, outside
this session. I know a company where everything happens on the WhatsApp group, even the aggressive conversations. So you know about it. With you, where are you in the pecking order at home?
He's gonna get sad now.
Let's hear it.
No, it's just me. Nothing.
The only kid.
Just me.
No wonder mommy won't be happy.
Yeah, that's why I know she won't be happy.
Yes, she won't be happy with all these funny decisions.
Yeah, she's questionable life choices, but it's part of growing up.
You have to tell her eventually.
As you'll see, yeah.
And where's home?
My mom is based in Venda.
Okay.
Yeah, she lives in Venda. Yeah.
And when did you? Because at some point you had to be, new in Jozi.
Okay, so I went to TEFLOP to study. I was studying BSc in Molecular and Life Sciences.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my course. We're doing Maths 101, Biology 101, Physics 101, Chemistry 101. Like I had distinctions. So I was like, what is this? Let me do that one. It cooked me. I was just there like, this is not for me. So I stayed there a couple of years. I saw this thing as a dead end.
But you were passing.
No, I was. You know what?
You stayed in first year for a couple of years.
I know you're exposing. At some point I was Mr. Tef actually. I actually entered a pageant. It's a whole story.
Wow, he's with Mr. Tef.
Yeah,
we are with Mr. Tef.
I have the pageant video. I even got a laptop, so I entered to get a laptop. Yeah, so I entered the pageant. It's a whole production. I was the first prince. And then,
you got a laptop.
I got a laptop. And I think kind of went to my head just being like, being Tef royalty. That's what we called it at the time. And then it didn't work out, that thing. And unfortunately that course, BSc Molecular and Life Sciences, when it comes to jobs, getting jobs is tough.
Oh,
because
no.
what is it? What are you studying to be?
Yes.
Now you're like, no, they're like, no, you can do biochemistry, biotechnology, you can be a zoologist, all those things. But getting jobs there, even the people who completed, most of them had to go back and just do something else.
It's those BSCs who want to do MBCHB.
Yes.
And then you do that first.
That's what they told us. Yes. I wanted to be a doctor. So I initially applied at Medunsa for medicine. Then my second option was pharmacy.
Yeah.
So because I chose medicine as my first option, when I went there, they said, no, for pharmacy, we're only taking people who chose pharmacy as their first option.
Oh, no.
So because of that, I was in the system. I got a student card. So at the time, Medunsa and Turf were like the same thing. And now, I think now it has a new name.
University.
So I used that student number to go to Turf Law. So they said, no, do BSc. Then from there, you'll branch out to pharmacy. And then
you'll find the MBCHB somewhere on your way.
It never happened. I hated it. I just want to say to anyone watching, when you're in matric, know what you want to do. Yeah. Make sure you love it and you can do it. Because you get there, attending lectures, you'll start banking because
you're not looking forward to
looking at it.
What's going on here? Like, what is this? Like, it was just not for me.
Oh no.
So then I left. I went to college from there. Hey, imagine now I have to tell people, hey, guys, now I'm at FET college. I did N1, N2, N3, and then
and they know you are from university.
No, I mean like people at home, like hey, like your peers, like like you left varsity, now you're going to college. So from there, someone called me and told me there was an apprenticeship at SAA Technical to be maintenance work as an aircraft. What? Okay. I didn't even know what that was. So my matric results were brilliant. I was even a head boy, like
Mr. Soweto,
Mr.
Mr. HowMuch.
Mr. Soweto is the most common one. That's why we keep saying Mr. Tef.
Mr. Tef. So anyway, so where was that? Yeah, so
now you're getting an opportunity with SAA.
Yeah, it was an apprenticeship. So I sent in. I didn't even use the N1, N2. I just used my matric stuff. Sent
to
it
get
in.
that. Yeah.
So they called me and said, come through for an interview. That interview did not go well. Let me not lie.
What?
I am such a shy person. Like I get nervous sometimes. So
no, you're going to Dal's through, man. It's shy.
I fumbled that interview so bad, but fortunately, I took the numbers of the other guys who were with me. So after a few weeks, I asked those guys, hey, guys, why are these guys quiet? I don't know, we're going for medicals.
And then they didn't call you.
They didn't call me.
Oh no.
I was like, are you serious, bruh? It's like, yeah, we're going. So that guy gave me the number of the lady who called them. So I called that lady. I was like, what's happening? No, the medicals are happening. There's no space. It's full. I was squashed. I was like,
That didn't work.
That didn't work out. And then what happened was, the next day, the next day she called me and said, one of the guys who's supposed to come got an opportunity to go Eskom. He doesn't want this anymore. If you are keen, come through. I was like, I got on a taxi. I went to Kempton Park. Next day I was there, did my medicals. And that's how I got in. Did my apprenticeship for 3 years.
Amazing.
Then,
wow, look, that's such a cool story. It's those stories. I was just there. And then, but now again, who's an actor?
Right? Yeah, something like that.
Now you're in Washington.
So that's my story. So I actually get a lot of questions. One of the reasons why I didn't announce that I had stopped working, I don't want to mislead a lot of young people because they want to leave school, they want to
do YouTube.
And YouTube.
Yeah, but I always advise against it. Like you get like, no,
that.
I'm doing engineering.
Finish your
if I would do engineering, I'd go and do it now, guys. It's hard.
It's not easy. We make it look easy. It looks nice. Like, hey, this guy is driving a GTI this week. He's in Dalstrom, but it's not easy. Like it's not. Like
some videos do well, some don't. Some days are good, some are bad.
Yes.
Editing for 8 hours and doing voiceovers in a car, that's not an easy life.
It's not. It takes a lot of conviction.
I think it's not as glamorous as we make it out to be.
Yeah, it looks cool.
That looks very nice.
Behind the scenes,
Chinese videos look cool though. Go telling
she loves China. No, I always decline those invites. You
do?
No, I do. I've declined 3 times.
So the 3 times she's been to China, you said no.
I've said no, really.
But don't you see it as an opportunity as well of some sort? Just one trip.
What I always...
Or you just don't have a passport?
No, I went to Brazil last year with VW.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
Yes, this is Brazil.
It took you a while, though, to edit it.
No, that video was so hard to edit.
I remember.
I spent like 3 days editing that video. I struggled because voiceover again. Now I had to watch hours of the footage I had filmed, piece it together and make something concise out of it. So people see a 30-minute thing, but I've been spending time trying to make sense
just
of it.
chopping and cutting
Like, okay, this I'm cutting out. This, let me put in. Let me say this. No, I didn't say that nice.
Let me say it again.
Yeah, because the problem with voiceovers, I can do one opening line 10, 15 times because I'm so hard on myself. I'm like, this is not a nice intro. Let's start again. Welcome to the VW Polo.
Stuff is so easy.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's like a
It's not. Sometimes you'll sing and then you'll start up. And I'm like, okay, let's cut. Okay, there's like 3, or you have to now time the like. It's not. I sing and then it's done.
Not as easy as we make it.
Yeah. So if the song, if I feel like I always take 2.
Yes.
So the first one, usually I go with the second one because I feel like I've gotten the flow of the and what I want to say.
Yes.
But yeah,
that's amazing. See, his stories he has to piece things in.
Yeah, the storyline. But I love telling stories. Like for me, it's not even about the car. The car is just the subject. I just want to tell stories. Like we did 1, 2, 3. I just want to tell stories.
I like you guys' style. It's amazing. That's this guy. You could have easily been a doctor, like Muzi.
Like Muzi, yeah. We'll be so disappointed in me when he sees this episode. Like,
you know what I'm talking.
Let me ask you first, what got you interested in these car things that you do?
It was high school.
Yeah.
Used to be an avid fan of Top Gear, so I used to play on BBC.
Okay.
I think it was BBC Lifestyle at the time. I'm not sure. BBC, something like that. I think it was channel 120.
Top Gear.
So I used to watch the trio religiously.
No way.
Yeah, I used to watch them religiously after school. I used to record them. So I was like, okay, whatever these guys are doing, I also want to do it. But obviously, as you grow, you're like, you need to be very realistic. And then I kind of just... you have to be realistic. So I kind of absconded. I was like, this car thing, I'll leave it. But it found its way back to me eventually.
It did, eh? And did it find its way back because of the YouTube thing? Or were you doing it even before YouTube?
I was doing it before YouTube. I was doing it, dabbling with Varsity, but it was very hard to focus because Twanzobale and things like that. Then I started YouTube while I was still studying. Not very consistent. Only the consistency just came probably later.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the time I was still getting test cars. I was still doing this, that, and the third.
And
we're here now.
You've been to China a few times. Look at you.
It's 3 times now.
Hat trick, my boy.
It's like, and all because of cars.
Yeah.
What an interesting life you guys are living. Mr. HowMuch?
Yes.
What got you interested?
My story is slightly different, but like she said, we were watching Jeremy Clarkson. I was watching it on SABC 3. Yeah, I didn't have BBC. But anyway.
You had to clarify.
I had to clarify. But no, I love those guys. I just love their take on car reviews,
Yeah.
It wasn't just like the normal, like, this is a whatever, you walk around it. They would cut a car in half, make it a boat, sail across the ocean. They would compete.
Yes.
They'll buy a scrap car, drive it across the country.
Yeah.
So I always love that. That's why even when I do my reviews, I try to do them a bit different from the usual reviews. Yeah.
Let me tell you what that show did to me. It made me buy a Jaguar XJ.
Jag.
Exactly.
That's
Jag.
It made me buy a Jaguar XJ. There's an episode where they do, and it runs out of petrol, and it carries on driving. And Jeremy says, "It's this car is traveling on God."
It's a jag.
God's power. And that is part of the reason why. So we all fell in love with the same show, but you guys took it way more serious than I did. And when you decided to start shooting and turn this into, an attempt of a career, what motivated that?
So I always wanted to do YouTube, but I was scared. I remember I told my colleagues a few months before I started, like, guys, I want to start a YouTube channel. Bro, you're not going to make it. That thing is for the young scrrs and stuff. Don't even waste your time, bro. Focus on serious things. You can't be telling us you want to start filming. So I held off on it.
So now you're skr. According to that.
Yeah, I know. They're like, hey, that guy, yeah. But now I'm cool. Now I drive Porsches. So they're like, okay. But I started in August 2022. Yeah, so it's almost 3 years now.
Amazing.
Yeah, my first video was a video of my work trip to Dubai. I went to fix some engines for Emirates there. So, but I filmed everything. YouTube, you must be...
It must be landscape.
It must be landscape. It was vertical. So I didn't even know how to make a YouTube video. I remember even on my on that video, I was confused. Like when I saw it on TV, I'm like, why is it like this instead of like this? Then I had to Google like how to make it full screen. Then they're like, no, just turn the camera. So,
I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Most of us.
Yeah, no, I had no idea. I actually have some clips. I was actually at the park trying to experiment. Then I posted some videos in private after that Dubai one. And I was like, oh, that's how to do it. So the idea was to just travel, but then I can't go to Dubai every week. It wasn't sustainable.
Oh, so the idea wasn't even cars in the
No, it was
beginning.
never about cars. Like if you watch my first 2 videos, like after the second video, I even said, do you guys want to know the price of maize meal, of sugar, of houses? Let me know what you want for the next episode. No one responded. Like they just kept quiet. So the first one was that. The second one was a VW Polo GTI, because VWs are popular. Like, let me start with that one. So that video did so well. I was like, man, I can just go to dealerships and just review cars. But I kept the name MrHowMuch, and then I just ran
How
with it
did
from
that
there.
come about?
Yeah, so it was, how much is it to go to Dubai?
Oh, yeah. It
How
was meant
much-
to be how much everything.
How much is a house at midstream?
Not just cars.
No, it was not ever about cars, yeah.
It works, though.
It works. Cars were convenient. I was like, let me just run with the cars. It's doable cost of ownership. So around that time, I was Umuzi, big fan. Respect that guy.
Love him.
So
Yeah.
I was hesitant to start. And then I showed all my colleagues a video of Muzi. And it's like, bruh, when you've been talking about you did this Dubai thing, why don't you just do cars like this guy? I was like, nah. Then I just watched Muzi, saw how he does his thing, the voiceovers, everything. And yeah, I just did the same thing and I started.
He's
And-
funny.
very funny.
His humor works so well. It's dry humor.
Yeah.
Humor ya makhrut
Muzi
man.
doesn't care. Yeah, he's an old soul.
Exactly. So inspiration for you to do cars?
I mean, it was just the trio.
The trio, yes, but then to say this is the videos.
Oh no,
I'll be
I
doing.
had to look. I was like, guys.
Unlike his, how much is Milli Meal?
Yeah, no, with me it was more of I want this. I want to do this. I want
It
to
was
get.
cars.
I want a car. I want a test car. There are
Wow.
people who are getting cars for a week. I want in on that. Yeah, what is going on? What is this thing? But back in the day, I used to actually take my parents' cars and
Okay.
run around and probably tweet oh, this engine does this, and then even someone reminded me, you used to review your dad's car.
Wow.
Like you used to talk about what it feels like driving your dad's car. So
That's an
Gotcha.
interesting.
Yeah.
yeah, so those like the random errands to the shops, then I'd be like, okay, I feel okay. Then you go home, you Google, okay, this car has this.
What does this mean?
This the displacement. What is that? What is that? Okay, brush up on the grammar, brush up on all the dialogue and everything.
She's got the grammar on lockdown.
Yeah, no, she has big words.
No,
Chrysanthemum
you.
means-
You've got the grammar. I
No,
must tell you, when I first saw your first video, so you know, I watched like 3-4 after that.
Yeah.
And this chick, how does she know so much about the language?
No, it's got
Because
big
the
words.
language is really what
there's-
sets you apart.
Yes, there's a certain jargon you need to
Yeah,
use
why
for motoring.
Jargon. But yeah.
So yeah, I brushed up on that, and I personally love speaking. I love writing as well. So it was just easier. But I just had to just bring a personality. I didn't want it to be rigid. So I didn't want it to be 10 kilowatts, 5 Newton meters, 8 speed, 0 to 100.
Do you think people care for that? Do you think people care?
Honestly, no.
No.
Nah,
They just want to know, Reba, is it great or not? Do I buy it or,
Or
not?
not.
Eh.
They don't care about. But I notice you guys are so consistent about it. Newton meters.
No,
little
but just-
kilowatts.
No, people want to
I
know.
don't
wanna
like
know.
kilowatts.
Yeah,
Yes.
kilowatts. Yeah.
But if you go into like very intricate detail where you're now saying, okay, it's these valves are setting like this, it's a V6 because the
engines are- yes.
that's when you lose them, because the average consumer does not need to know that. They want to know, is it within their budget? Is it efficient? Does it have decent power? Does it drive nice? So that's the main thing you need to focus on, and then you can just play around with the rest of it.
That's amazing, eh? How things have evolved over time. Were you surprised, Bongani, about the love that people have for cars in South Africa?
No, it's people love cars. Like they
Strong car culture.
There's an extremely strong car culture. And
Aranyo.
that's the problem. So we're seeing a shift these days. The love is being cost of living is high,
Yo.
cars are expensive. You know, cool cars that people used to buy, and they're not buying them anymore. Now it's just, we need to get from point A to point B, you know. So, yeah.
And that has led to an interesting rise in now we have these car supermarkets,
Yeah.
used cars. What are you seeing when it comes to the consumption of used cars in South Africa versus the cars you guys review, which are generally brand new, recently launched, or launched yesterday, or they're taking even before they bring it here to say, come and see it in America. What are you seeing about the interest that South Africans have for used cars?
I think it's now they've shifted to used cars, but the pricing of used cars is too close to brand new cars now. So now they have the second-hand market in a chokehold because you're just like, okay, this car is 3 years old. It's 700,000. Might as well just get a new one, fresh from the box. But
The difference is so little.
Yeah, it's so little. But with newer cars, it's a huge shift to the SUVs. All the other cars that are slowly becoming obsolete, your hatchbacks and the sedans and stuff like that, they're falling off. I mean, there's a huge rise of SUVs and crossovers
versus your regular GTIs, for example.
I mean, GTI is probably the only one. We don't have Renault Clio RS anymore.
He drives.
Mara, I'm thinking Polo GTI, not Golf. At least with you, it's Golf GTI i30N. Where the other? There's no Mazda 3 MPSs anymore. Gone. Fiesta ST, Focus ST, gone.
The Renaults. At some point,
the American RS is still there fighting for
and
life.
it's still decent.
It's decent, yeah.
And there was an era of your S3s and all of that.
They're still around, but now S3 Lona.
What's your issue?
Expensive.
No, pricing, I feel like a lot of brands are just out of touch with what's happening in the world. Like, pricing is, you look at it like...
I mean, how is that? S3 back in the day used to be 800K or something. If we're saying
Now,
it's expensive,
what
now
is
it's
it now?
1.3, I'm sure. I think the RS3 is 1.5.
Yeah, it's probably more. I mean, the new RS3 launched, sorry, Audi, but ASS, that thing is 1.7 million. I mean...
The sedan or the hatch?
The hatch, it's. I mean, even if I love hot hatches. Like, I'm a big fan of performance cars, but some prices. That time you still have to tick some boxes, add some options. Add
insurance, add fuel.
The introduction of the Chinese cars, and note, they've been around for a bit.
They've been, yeah.
But now they're taking over. What are you guys noticing? And you going to China? Can you say
tell us.
Konnichiwa?
Konnichiwa, ni hao.
Konnichiwa is probably Japanese. That's me confusing two completely different people. I've been to China a few times. Interesting. It's so sad I don't know their language. Been to Guangzhou and Shenzhen many years ago.
Have I been to Guangzhou?
You probably have.
No,
I love China.
The real panda that are buying fake clothes to try to sell them.
Oh,
nobody bought them. And then we lost
You
out.
must tell that story.
It's not a good story at all. Because we got in trouble with the law. It was an absolute disaster. Yeah, so never to be tried again. So yes, you haven't gone to the China market. And I noticed now there's a lot of Americans who are doing Chinese reviews. Just really to demonstrate that these are solid cars. What's your experience?
I mean, the cars are insane. I mean, when you get there, it's just a whole shock. It's not even just the Chinese cars. Even the cars that we go and get from challenger brands. If you go to a VW stand, a Toyota stand, you are just like, can we get this? You know?
But cars we don't even have.
We don't even have. But a lot of them are confined for their market, which is left-hand drive. And all of the ones that we want, the cool ones, we're like, is it coming? No, pricing. I'm like, just say it's left-hand drive. It's strictly left-hand
you can
drive.
say that.
Like, you can
to
say,
convert would be tedious.
Yeah, it would be tedious.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always a pricing thing. But the cars are absolutely amazing. A lot of them are just, I always get blown away by the tech and how... Even at some of the car shows, the content creators, they actually sell the cars. It's an auction there. So they'll have a product there. They'll have this product, and I'm on
an auction.
And I'm on a live, and I'm like, buy, okay, you bid, and then the car gets sold. It is crazy. It's a crazy ecosystem, that side.
And now, having seen them, so we are getting watered down versions of cars.
And older ones.
Yeah, those old models.
And cars that were launched in 2-3 years ago, we're only getting now.
I think their life cycle, their facelifts or the way they change cars is too rapid for us to keep up. We usually say 5 years, a bit longer, 10 years now because of the cost of living and stuff like that, they can release another car in 2 years, a brand new one. So you now you
Brand
have this,
design, everything.
And
The same way BMW is doing with the 2 Series.
but
Yeah, it's a new look
Manifest.
every second week.
yes, yes.
Because I like it. That's why I hate the fact that they change so much.
Yeah, so I think BMW is one of those brands that rapidly upgrade their cars quite quickly
Yeah.
for our markets, but we are a huge BMW market. So I think they can keep up and there's a lot of demand. But with the Chinese, I mean, you bring them something that the tech was great in 2021, 2022, but for us now it's like legendary, it's groundbreaking, you know?
We are so behind.
Yeah, no.
We are dancing to a song that was released by Mariah Carey.
Yeah,
Dream
Last
Lover.
one, thank you for Christmas.
We're only dancing to it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your career with engines, I'm afraid to ask.
I know you can.
And I'm happy we can edit this out. What happened to that career? Because clearly that was a solid career.
No, for viewers who don't know, I'm a qualified aircraft engineer. Go to school, guys, please. Can I break the fourth wall? Go to school. Yeah. But that's what I studied. That's the job I did. But then there came a point where I just had to choose, like, can't save 2 masters. I had to choose one. Like,
So one was now needing more time.
you know what? There was so much. Hey, there are a lot of factors that went into it. It becomes a problem when you show up in a nicer car than your boss.
And you're reviewing.
I'm reviewing, yeah. So after a while you start to see everything is fine at first, and
Didn't you tell your boss this?
no, they know. Like, the funny thing with people, they can know it's not even your car, but it's still the heart. Like,
Who gave you? Why are you getting
why
it?
you?
Like, how much is this car? Like, no, me now I'm excited. I'm thinking, it's 1.2 million. I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. Next thing, I found myself working night shift 7 days a week, no days off. Like, it was a whole fight. I literally just walked out. I told that guy, hey, my man, like, I'm not a slave, bro. Like, I'm not doing this. I just walked out.
Oh,
And-
no.
Yeah.
Shame, man.
No, it was bad. It was bad. But even apart from that, I love YouTube so much. I love creating so much that I would have done it either way. I was willing to lay off my, it's nice to tell people I'm an aircraft engineer. It sounds cool. Now I'm a YouTuber. Oh, okay, so YouTuber. Oh, okay.
We can bring the 2 things together.
Yeah.
Come on, let's think about this. We are all creatives here.
Yeah.
Now you can't say former. Former is too.
Not former.
No, yeah.
I'm a YouTube engineer. Something like that.
Something, yeah. But no, I'm proud of I love being a YouTuber. For me, I feel like I was born for it. Like, I love it. I do. I'm myself. I don't change. Even how I talk, to her is how I talk on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the voice changes. Kruger National Park.
Kruger National Park.
Yeah, that's how I am. That's how I talk.
Well done. Nick.
Yeah.
Well done.
David.
It's
Well done.
That's my favorite. Well done.
Yeah, I have a lot of catchphrases, but yeah.
Even the support local YouTube.
Guys, the right thing. Please subscribe, guys. I'm trying to get to 200,000.
I love that.
Please subscribe.
I like your last video. You were not sure what number you're supposed to be working towards.
Oh, I don't even know on the second channel. It's how much plus. I don't know how many subscribers it's on. Yeah. So I'm like, please just subscribe, guys. Yeah.
Wow. And the quitting, it took you long to tell your parents.
I haven't told anyone.
They're finding out.
Yeah. So
Wait a minute.
yeah, exposing me now, and it was November 2023. So we're going to 2 years now.
And you haven't told
So if
them?
anyone is worried, I'm fine. Don't worry. Like 2 years. Like
What is the fear in telling your parents that you're no
it's
longer?
like what I'm saying. Like you're gonna do videos. Like, my man, are you serious, bruh? No, but you can't.
No make cheap.
Yeah. McG drives the Benz now.
That's what you think. That's what you think. Maybe it's not his car.
But the thing is, who knows?
Who knows and who cares? Oh.
Yeah.
See how you got fired.
Yeah.
Or how they thought it was your
Yeah,
car.
they thought it's
And
your car.
they said, who knows? Who cares?
Who knows?
He's
Who
driving
cares?
it.
Yeah, like, oh, you're driving this. Yeah, but I know it's just hard to explain to like all the people that no, this is something you can do. You know?
Yeah.
Like you can live off of it. You can make something work. And on that note, I just want to point out, we do not get paid to do car reviews. We get a lot of hate for
so
that.
people think
we're making money.
BMW
Every review they see like, that guy is rich now. BMW, that guy. No, there's no money. Car brands they're very stingy actually. They even getting a car is a mission. Like just to get a car to review, you have to jump. I've worked with so many
There's the story of getting the Porsche wasn't easy.
Yeah,
it took some
it
time.
wasn't, but he's my friend now. We're cool now. Yeah, like he looked at the channel.
Like he's making friends.
Yeah, now we're cool now.
Yeah, that's his best friend.
Yeah, that's my best friend. I even go visit him. But
Really?
Yeah,
That's his friend.
Which dealership is this?
The Porsche.
That one.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we're
all right.
cool
That's the big boss's office.
Yeah, no. So with all the cars, we get them from the head office. Is it head office?
Yeah, it's head
direct
office,
from the
basically.
OEMs,
Yeah.
No, the big boss's office is right above the reception.
Really?
Yeah, he looks at all of you as you walk in.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that.
I know the big boss. On a different note.
Yeah.
And with you, what career, what did you study at university?
I studied public management and governance. So I wanted to be in the public sector, really, for the longest time.
Who wants to do that?
It's safe.
I guess.
Like, it's safe. It's nyana, so
Yeah, no, it is actually.
yeah,
It is
so
actually.
that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Because
If the country is running well, money is still in government, there's still money, we are paying tax, everything is
Everything
working,
is working.
it's safe.
yeah,
Yes,
so
yeah,
that's what I wanted. That was the realistic one. But
But to do what in government?
whatever there was to do. But I wanted, so I really wanted to be, and I think I took it from my dad. He was a public servant for like 30 years or so.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, I like this. It looks cool. I like how he mingles at the office. I want to do whatever he's doing. But then my actual dream was being on radio. But I was like quite hard to get in. And that's why I think life pivoted me into YouTube and stuff like that. So then you can still, people get to see me, but that's how I'm kind of like augmenting the dream.
What were the challenges getting onto radio?
I mean, I haven't actively tried. We've spoken about this quite a number of times. And every time I try to speak to some people who are already in, so I say, no, you need to know someone.
Connections. You must connect
I
us.
had no connection when I got into radio. No connections at all.
So that's what I want. And like, that's the ultimate. I want to be there.
Interesting. I had no connections. I even remember the first time I walked into the SABC building. I remember it like it was yesterday. A friend of mine who knew a friend who knew a friend who knew a friend who said, the friend is going to visit Vosiltswalo. Tag along. Vosiltswalo was doing, it was Saturday afternoon, party time. And said, let's just tag along and just sit there quietly and look at this thing. And I walked into the building and I was like, whoa, this is where I want to be. I've been there for 25 years. How time has just flown
Every
by.
time I do walk into the SABC, I was like, this is where I want to be.
Amazing.
I love it there.
It's still possible, just so you know, particularly with what you do now. You can do what you do for a radio station.
Yeah.
Where it's prepackaged shows. It's exactly your show, but it's prepackaged for radio. And you can do it live. You can do it where you're talking about cars. A number of people have tried, and it took hold for a little bit, and then it stopped for some
But
reason.
it doesn't have to be strictly cars. I mean,
I'm
it
just
can
saying.
be anything.
I'm giving you away in. Tommy. We spoke about getting in.
Yeah, I mean,
We spoke about getting in.
I don't know. It went a bit flat.
You get in, and then once you're there, you can do
I want to do weather now. I don't know. Yeah, whatever it is.
That's true.
So it's still there.
It's still there.
That's amazing. Which station?
Yo,
Metro
FM.
Metro FM.
I am.
Yeah,
Metro.
I mean, like a Mutswedi, but I can't speak like Batwa Mutswedi. I mean, it's not
That's why I
gonna.
don't want to speak to this.
Yeah, ain't no way I'm speaking like those people. But yeah, probably your Metros, your 5FM, Sky FM, those ones, yeah.
Well, man, we have decent listenership at my station, and it's fine. Conversation for another time. Rebecca, some of the stations you mentioned on your list, and it's fine. Those are my buddies. Those are my people. And the attempt in government, did you apply?
No. It is 83 hore bora yang. Guys, you throw and you just never get a response back, and you're like,
so you did try.
I've literally lived on Z83 forms.
Shut up.
I was like, I want this.
You can fill them with your eyes closed.
What is Z83?
It's a government
if
form.
someone says Z83, you know.
They're looking for work.
They're looking for work. And I was just like, you know what? I need to make a plan. I can't just sit looking at my parents. And that's when the content creation and stuff came in.
And this was you, no job at this stage.
No.
You just said, I'm gonna try. Unlike our brother, the engineer here, who was being harassed. You didn't have a gig.
No, I didn't. I was just like, hey man, this is not working out. I can't just sit here and do nothing.
Is that 83 all day?
I can't be doing this all day. And you, oh my
Yes, you have
gosh.
to hand deliver.
I was like,
So you know I've tried that. I've tried
You've
getting
tried
a
it?
government job. They rejected me so badly. I went for an interview go Emelo. It was a 2-day session. I remember I ate steers for 2 days non-stop. It was the only shop next opposite the municipality. There was a steers. Day 1, interviews. Then they tell you we'll call you later in the day, but you can't leave because the next round is tomorrow. We had to arrange a place to sleep in Emelo. And the following day, we were called again, went in, didn't get the job. And now I get gigs in Emelo. It's like, man, the streets are so bad. I could have done better of Emelo. So yeah, that's a story for another time. But you introduced a different business. A flower business and stuff.
I've got that as well.
everything.
Yeah, this man, bro, he's an encyclopedia. No, I do.
I'm so impressed.
So I started that in varsity as well, just to supplement studies and stuff. But it grew, and I'm very proud of it. So sometimes I even tell him, Brad, I'm not coming to this thing. I have to go do the flowers to focus. Yeah.
So the flowers is kind of working.
Yeah, it's kind of working. But I mean, I always like don't have a title for myself. I'm like, guys, Kimoto, Kazo, like Zaba plan. Like, you know, I can't pinpoint
What
I'm
what
a
you do?
YouTuber.
Hustler. Remember hustler.
Kozola, that's cool. To hustle.
You're just putting things together, seeing what works.
And what introduced you to flowers though?
I've always liked them, but then I was like, let me see if I can tap into this as a business and stuff like that. And then chrysanthemums.
What is that? See, I don't know that.
It's a flower. It's not to me. It's a white flower. Chrysanthemums. I struggle to say it, but
I don't want to try. I don't want to embarrass myself.
Chrysanthemums.
Chrysanthemum.
yeah.
So do you like any chrysanthemums? How's the chrysanthemums going? Is it expensive? Chrysanthemum.
Well, they're not expensive. They're cool. They're chilled. Like
They just have a big name.
Yeah.
they just have a big name.
And it's working to a point where you are able to juggle the two now.
Yeah, sometimes I'll just say, hey man, I can't make it because, like you
I'm
said, we don't
doing
get paid
flowers.
there.
You must specify. I can't make it where he doesn't know.
I can't make it to a launch.
To China.
I can't make
No,
it.
she always goes to China.
No, don't expose me like this now, bruh. So if I say I'm not
Ni hao. Now I know.
no, so if there's like a car event and maybe like 2 orders come in, I'll just be like, I'll ask usually my friend and photographer Mohau, who does all my content, shout out to Thera.
Okay.
I'll be like, please go. But if he's busy
And get content. Then you can voice
then
over
I
it.
can post and do whatever. He doesn't even do video. I don't even stress him. I just say, don't do the pictures. But if you're Nawapal, I just say, guys, I'm not coming because
Yeah.
I'm not paid to be at a launch, so I might as well just do something that feeds me.
This type of work. Wow, Rata Strata, boss. You always. Hey, man.
What's Wolo?
I'm yet to see a video compared to your videos. I'm yet to see your videos where you are. I'm reviewing this kind of work and I'm returning it and I move on.
Yeah.
Once in a while, you would do that with a car where I think there's challenges with the dealership.
Yeah,
and then you review it at the parking.
Yeah, to be the parking at the dealership.
Up and down Yana, and then you park it.
Yeah.
But that's rare.
Yeah, it's rare,
your
yeah.
favorite videos for me, observing what you do, is when you have to go somewhere. 3 cities, 3 provinces in one. Hey, man.
Yeah, I know,
that's the Porsche. The red
the
Porsche.
GTS.
Yeah. 3 provinces in one. I remember watching this, like, hey, man,
That's why I had to leave the job. I mean, it wasn't going to work.
What gets you into that type of?
I love traveling. You know, South Africa is such a beautiful country. You know, I don't work for SA Tourism or whatever. I'm like, no, man, we need to show people the country, guys. Let's show them Dalstrom. Let's show them Kruger National Park. You know, let's show them Hoedspruit, whatever. I just wanna like show the country, like as if I could. Just that those videos are expensive to make on my end. I would do all my videos would just be road trips, honestly.
Let me tell you, here's a business opportunity.
I'm listening.
SA Tourism or provinces. You go straight to the province and say, this is what I do, but I want to bring you into what I do. The car is already there, but I want to travel your province for the next month with different cars, talking about the car and the province, which is what you're already doing
it for free.
but you're speaking to the province. Now, the province pays you to be talking about.
Hey, that would be nice.
Not SA Tourism necessarily.
Yeah,
but the province is in, because they have their own tourism budget as well.
No, that would be nice because I spend I take most of my YouTube revenue and
do that.
And then that time someone is attacking me. Hey, I paid. That time, like, bro,
there's no money.
I'm paying the petrol. I'm paying for the house.
The e-tax.
You pay for the locations as well.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
See, that's another revenue source.
Yeah. So
that's an obvious revenue source.
My problem is, I think when passion overwhelms you, like I just love doing it. Like I just want to make those kind of videos.
I get it.
Yeah.
Trust me. Believe it or not, with this studio, only 2 episodes have ever been bought. I'm on 300 and something episodes. Only 2. That tells you it's passion over anything else.
Over logic, yeah.
No. Fortunately, SABC2 is buying almost all of the episodes.
No, shout out.
So now that kind of makes it worthwhile. But all the 350 episodes, no revenue, none whatsoever. It's AdSense money.
Yeah,
that's about
AdSense,
it. Exactly. That's nothing else. But the travel for you, surely one episode must take some time.
It takes a lot of time.
Advise Chomyao.
So I try and make.
But he can drive from here to Randburg and have an episode.
This guy will never do that.
Yeah,
He'll be like, bruh, just review then Boxburg. I'm leaving. I'm getting a nice car. No, I'm leaving.
Like I feel bad. Like I just feel like I can't just enjoy, like just review the car at the mall. Like unless if really I'm strapped for time. But if it's within my power, I will take it somewhere. Like
he went to Bloemfontein.
In a Porsche.
Yeah.
Imagine if I...
And then walk past KFC.
Now imagine if I went to... I would just go Kopitori and...
what's wrong with me?
Nothing, but...
This guy.
The video would have been shorter.
But you go to the Kane King, those places, Kwa Kalinen, those game lodges, at least for Bokhaufi.
No.
When you look at what he does and compare it to yours, what do you say to him in relation to what you do?
I always just yap. Now I just want to talk because I always have a conversation.
Yeah.
So I just want to just vent and be like, guys, I like this, I don't like this, whatever. I think he's more of the traveler of all of us.
Yes.
And he wants to just see the world. And what I love about his videos is that he doesn't just focus on the car. He also focuses on where he's staying. Even the short videos that he posts on TikTok. Sometimes the car's gone. Oh, you forget about the car. You're like,
you're looking at
this
house is nice. Yes.
And that's actually a new twist on what we do.
Yeah.
You know, like I just want to chat and fight people.
That's why a lot now, you know, how many car review channels there are.
Yeah.
We're all reviewing the same car, same number plate.
And so it gets lost there. It gets a bit lost. So you have to now think of what you
can do different.
Has that affected the numbers at all?
For me? No.
No, it's only the type of car. There's certain cars where I'll be like, hey, Bongan, this one is not going to do well.
I know there are some cars.
you can tell.
I know there are some cars people don't care
just
about. Like the views. You just know you're just doing it like for the people.
For the people.
Like, there's that one guy who wants to buy this funny car. So let's just make the video for them. You know?
I will not ask which one is a funny car.
I'll get in trouble. But yeah.
But there's somewhere like, I don't think this is gonna work.
Yes.
Yeah, but we just do it for
the consumer. Because there's someone who wants that funny car, so you just make the video for them.
Yeah, we don't all like the same things. That's just life.
That's true. Yeah.
When you got the first call, that was, whoa, people are taking what I do serious. Whether it was the trip to China, we'll always throw that in, or it was BMW wants to give you a car for a week. Do you remember that moment? From that girl who was feeling this at age 3 to now there's a slight.
I think it's when Masev is stuck.
Okay.
Because I've just been Reba the whole time.
Yes.
On a random day on Twitter, I see people like, hey, Masev. I'm like, guys, what does this thing mean? Like, no, it's a Tonga word for friend or beloved. Like, okay, got you. Then I started to use it in reels. I started to use it in videos. To the point where when people meet me, Baramase. And for me, it's like, I like that. So when it started to pick up that now Reba's fallen away, this is
the brand.
This is the brand. This is Masev. So when that name stuck, then I was like, yeah, because no one I meet says Reba.
No
Literally,
way.
like everyone's like, hey, Masev, how are you? I'm like, yeah, sure, Masev, how are you?
So that's when you notice there's something here.
Yeah, I was like, no, this is, I always tell him this. I think followers and everything are great, but a community is what you need.
Yeah.
So if someone can associate and just see, oh, this is Masev. I mean, someone commented saying that their son calls me Masev. Like, Masev is on team. I'm like, oh, guys, that's sweet. Your kids are watching this stuff.
No, kids are big fan base.
And the first call up by a brand.
There's so many.
Just one that you remember.
The first one.
My first one was a Kia. It was a Kia Rio.
Okay.
So
and your numbers were.
They were poor. It was bad. So he left now, but the PR manager of Kia actually messaged me. It's like, send me an email. It's like, okay, we've got the Rio for you for a week. Please do a review. I was so scared. If I go back to that review now, I'm like, I want to delete it. But you have to always look at where you come from. I'm like, why is your cheeks out? I didn't know what I was doing. I was just complaining about the whininess. I was not. I wasn't articulate. I was like, this car's just whiny and whatever.
It's like the PR person is hoping for a positive review. Man.
No, but it wasn't bad. It was just the only thing I was whiny. But everything else I loved. And obviously those first few videos were a bit wonky, but I think
what in terms of production quality as well,
production and how I spoke. So I wasn't very articulate. I was just like
She was still getting the language right. She was still getting the.
No, but I was speaking more Spitori than any. There was like hardly any English there.
Yeah.
So then when it started to grow, I had to be like, okay, we need to accommodate other people. We can throw it there, but what I do now is that I'll throw a term and then translate it, so that you have a wider audience.
It's tricky. Do you feel the pressure of having to give a positive review, even for a car that you think this is nonsense?
You know what?
They called me and I want them to give me a better car next time.
You know what I do now? Some things now just decline. Like you just see this car, like I have nothing good to say about this. I'm not even gonna bother. But
look at you now.
The pressure is there, but I think I'm slowly getting to a point where I don't care. Like it's
no.
Like like,
really?
Some things it's hard to justify. You can just.
But the thing is, the people can tell when you are being too honest. Like
I mean, I won't call a car a wheelbarrow, but I'll say it in my own way. Hey guys, this is great.
What is this?
So if you don't hear me, you think maybe I didn't criticize it, but I did say, this car, the wind just blows it. I've told you, like it's flimsy. Like
you didn't say
I didn't say, but I did say like, hey, the petrol, 18 liters to the 100. That's what I'm telling you, like, hey, bro, this is for deep
when are
pockets.
you sugarcoating?
I'm not sugarcoating. It's my way of saying it. Like it's just who I am. Like
it's not sugarcoating. He for me, he's telling you the truth in his own style, because it's 18 to the 100 is very hard.
I told
and
you.
His reaction is
and I do say like, hey guys,
you see.
I just say 18 is nonsense, bro. It's madness. I'll say it's madness.
Jeez.
I don't say it's nonsense because there's people with money. So whenever when I look at my audience, it's a broad audience.
True.
Yeah, it's people who are buying Suzuki Swifts. It's people who are buying Porsche.
A Porsche, yeah.
So the person in a Porsche is not thinking like the person in a Swift. That 16 liters to the 100 in a GT is like,
it's
whatever,
nothing.
Man.
Yeah.
The only thing that annoys them is having to go to the fuel station. That's all.
If they could avoid the trip to the fuel
if
station.
They could pay someone to go there. They don't
or have a fuel tank in the yard.
Yeah, so now it becomes difficult to cater to everyone because, you try and do the cheap cars, they barely get views because, with affordable cars. You feel like, I already know everything I need to know about a quid.
Yeah.
No one is going, I want your quid review. Like, but we just do it, just for the quid people. Like,
I must tell you, the Balino has done well for Muzi.
no, it's done very well.
It's probably where there was a nice jump in his numbers when he started doing that
that's the
Balino.
GTI,
no?
no, the-
Oh, the GTI. When he bought it and sold it.
Yeah.
That nyaga.
Yeah. That was the whole story. Like, I found him with the GTI video.
Same here.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
And any local YouTubers that you look at and say, man, that's pretty decent quality work? Is there anybody? I consume so much of it that I can tell you a lot about different people's videos, but I will not do that. I'm talking to you guys, yes.
There are quite a few guys that are coming up on the YouTube spaces. All of them are doing great work in their own right. The people that we work with as well. Huge fan of Cars.coza. The production
Of
quality
course.
is
Whoa.
crazy good. Like,
Yeah, they have real cameras. Though. I know a drone that can keep up with a car. Not do things we're
Jeez,
doing. Yeah,
there's one they did, the race, where
Yes, it's like
it's keeping up with the car.
That's literally, yeah. So yeah, I consume a lot of Cars.coza, Kumbi M on Cars as well.
Yeah.
Watch that, and Juliette Maguire as well. So I love how everyone has a personality.
That's
so
true.
that's what I like. I don't want rigidity. Like I don't want to watch the same thing over and over.
What changes have you noticed in the YouTube consumption from the day you started to now? Has there been any?
It's higher now. I
Okay.
think because of the rise of streaming services, a lot of people are on their phones now because you can DSTV stream, Showmax,
Yeah,
everything, Netflix on your phone. Because when I check some analytics, I think a lot of people are consuming on their phone more than TVs.
Yeah.
So people are always on the go. So it's gone up. And I think it's the right time to actually capitalize, especially if you want to be a creator in that sense.
Yeah.
Vlogs, people are watching random people, but washing, like Mutu's washing dishes, and we watch that, we consume it. I mean, I do as well, like the vloggers and
I like those who clean the yard.
yeah, clean the
Those
yard,
are good
the
stuff.
shopping stuff, the unboxing, the hauls, everything. Like there's a market for everyone on YouTube.
Let me give you an idea for Channel 2.
I'm listening.
Unplastic. Unsadilo mo di plastic.
Wow. Someone would watch it.
I do that with the groceries.
Oh,
Sometimes.
There you go. So you just
Yeah, you're like, oh no, I bought.
Yeah, but
I bought
content has evolved. There's so many there's so many content creators. Like I watch a lot of I even watch channels with 300 subscribers. I'm just always watching, learning, seeing what's there. Like a lot of people inspire me. Even when I got my drone, I was inspired by BMTV. He has like beautiful drone shots. He actually drives a Hyundai like me, the i30. So I
Okay.
saw it from him.
Yes.
So I was looking at his drone shots and stuff like, oh, these are beautiful. I asked him, yo, bro, what drone is this? He told me. I got it. So yeah, there's
now
so
you're
much-
interested in drones.
No, I use it every, when I go
Hey.
to Dalstrom. Yeah.
There's always a
yeah, it's somewhere there.
overhead shot.
Overhead shot here and there.
Yes.
People love those. They're just hard to do, but I
Yeah.
love those. Yeah.
I wanted to get you a mic. We'll sort it out. Do you still use the clip-on?
Yeah,
That big one.
Yeah, I need to buy those small ones that DJI.
No, we'll give you a gift in this office. We'll look for something.
Yeah, I use that.
Yeah, there's a. It's big, the thing. Look at we use it. we use it as a backup mic.
Oh, nice.
Really?
For every recording, there's a backup mic. So we leave them there.
But
Yes.
no,
we didn't put one there because normally I record one-on-ones. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So we use it as a backup mic for us. And look, it's okay, I guess. To do that.
But see that thing.
No, we'll remove that.
No, but the DJ.
And you can put your own branding. You can do a sticker and put your own branding there.
See this branding thing, bruh. And we're sleeping on
We are
ourselves, bruh.
playing
We must
with
get-
bruh. We should have t-shirts and whatever. But anyway.
Yeah, man, and clearly that's where this thing is going. Look at what Mac is able to do with the alcohol brand,
Nice
the
cooking.
Chiller's Punch. You see, and look at what. Let's go to the biggest YouTuber in the world, Mr. Beast.
Hey,
He's
yeah.
been able to do that with Feastables and things like that. I give advice on things that I don't do myself, but I truly understand them and I believe in them. You know, and do thoughts like that cross your mind? Any one of you can answer that.
We always talk about it, like, bruh, we should do merch, we should do shirts, we should do this. But
just
then
the
I feel
logistics.
so vain. I don't know. I just feel vain. I need to get over that.
I don't like taking people's money. Like I'm sorry. Like I do not want I don't want people contributing. I don't know. I don't want someone saying, "Oh, Mr. How much that car?
Yes,
It's our money."
When now he pops off and buys a new car, get
that M2. So honestly, I've never asked my except for channel members, it's 20 rand. I don't even talk about it anymore. But apart from that, I thought of selling t-shirts and they would be nice, proper stuff. Those would be cool.
and you guys already have brands.
Yeah,
Mr. How Much?
Mr. How Much?
Myself is a brand?
I don't know. It's just that we don't know people. Like, I think that's also another thing. Like, who will print it? How will it get to their house? Like,
now we must go deliver or do we courier?
I don't know.
Or what if something goes wrong with shipment?
I'll ask G, like, how do you do the t-shirt?
No. He runs it very differently from you guys. But good question.
Yeah.
It's a business on its own. And that's how it runs.
That's how it runs.
It's a business. If you watch, what's the Matt Armstrong?
Hey.
The match stuff is a business all on its own.
Brian, do you know there are people who have even Stanley Cups with their brands on them?
We're not serious.
We're not serious, but come on.
It's time, I guess.
So you do Stanley Cups, proper stuff.
If there's a t-shirt person watching this, we can print a proper one.
So many
but proper stuff. No, but please.
Not funny ones. Now I have to tell you like, bruh, now you see this is not nice.
They'll return it. They say, take a video of it and say quality is bad and that trends.
Yeah, you see, so I don't want that. So
and those are the things I fear. Now Moto's like, look at this. Mr. How Much? He's doing his own thing.
Do you know what surprises me about Reba? You're already in the business of selling stuff. The flowers.
Now you are.
But
you're already there.
They're not personalized. I don't write myself on the wrapping. So when it comes to my brand, it's like maybe shirts are a bit much. I do like miscellaneous things like a pen, a bottle, something like that.
You don't want to make money.
The thought that I don't like making money from people or charging people.
Yeah.
Do you know that at the heart of this life experience is exactly that?
Yeah.
When we removed barter trading, you give me that, I give you this. We replaced it with cash.
Yeah.
And we trust that the cash that you were using is protected enough, it has enough value in it. It's just a paper, but that paper is protected by our government.
Yeah.
That's when we changed that from me, I'm giving you this, you're giving me that. Now it's money.
Yeah.
We've moved. Skok.
Yeah.
Come with us.
Yeah.
You can sell stuff.
You can sell stuff.
You can actually give something to someone and get money in return.
I'm not scamming them. I'm selling it.
Okay, let's change it. You're giving them value.
Okay.
They want a cool shirt with your name on it.
Proper stuff.
For them, there you go.
Yeah.
For them, that's cool. You're giving them the coolness that they want. You're not selling them the fabric.
A fabric, yeah.
This is Thabo Mokwele's shirt. This is Motwabatu. This is Thabo Mokwele's shirt.
Yeah.
You should know Thabo. You're a radio person. Tibo's Mokwele.
Tibo's, yes. Tibo's. Now I get you.
This is his shirt.
Yeah.
Motwabatu. And I dig it. I like that it's black on black. It's quite nice.
Yeah.
I like the coolness of it. So you see, you're selling the coolness.
I should sell the coolness.
You're not selling the actual shirt.
We are looking at it differently.
No, people who buy Louis Vuitton, trust me, they buy the cool effect. They buy what it makes other people think about them. Not necessarily the product itself. Trust me, they don't look at it and say, they want other people to look at it.
Yeah.
So it's that effect. And for me, the minute you realize that you're selling value, you can sell it, try it. If it works, it works. And now you're selling more and more and more.
That's true.
Sister?
Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah. Proper stuff t-shirts coming soon.
However, it has to be a business on its own. That is running all on its own.
Its own life.
And it's just taking advantage of the space. Your space is an advertising space. Mac will tell you this, that without a podcast and chill, the alcohol won't sell. Or they won't launch.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And that's really where it is. You use your platform to launch it, and then it's starting to fly all on its own. You'll be surprised at some point it'll be making more money than what you're doing.
And they've been asking, if I show you the messages, like, Mr. How much, too much, make the thing run away. And I'm like,
you remember what you said? Community.
Yeah, no, I love the locals. I love them.
I'm giving advice about things I don't do myself. Just so you know, your favorite car you've ever reviewed. Tough question. I know.
That's the hardest of questions.
Let's try. And let's say what I like about that question. It may not be the same answer if you were asked tomorrow. Or the day after tomorrow.
Won't be.
It's going to be the thought that crosses your mind today.
Francs.
Don't I leave my front here.
What was it?
That I've reviewed on test.
Whichever way. That you were in and you drove and there was a camera and you recorded a video and then you posted it.
I think it's a tough call between RS6 and RS3 sedan.
Oh.
I think
Audis.
those two are very foolproof performance cars. Because I could give you a boring answer, BMW X320D. I mean, that's the best. Like, it's a great package, but it's not exciting. It's not exciting. But there was something, because I feel like I'm a bit of a novice, especially when it comes to high-powered cars. I can handle them, but I need something that's safe. And RS models get that right. You can't bin it unless you actively try to bin an RS model. Everything else you can throw in a ditch.
Yes.
But that one throws you back. When you turn on that torque splitter, it just goes crazy.
Whoa.
Those two were, and the RS6, as much as it's like a huge car, it was very easy to maneuver. Very easy.
I think one of the RS you drove go Loftus.
Oh, yes.
Yes, one of them.
I know your video.
Yes, the sedan. The RS3 sedan.
Yes, I think it was black.
No, it was blue. It was not a grey. Not a grey.
Grayish color.
With the blue calipers.
I remember the Loftus gates.
Can I say, during that time I was watching, I was like, yo, this girl is so cool. She drives RS3s. I was just there like, oh. I was like, what? How do you get there? Like, what? No, I was so impressed.
That she got it.
Yeah, I was like, wow, like this is the thing that happens.
Look at you now. In Cayenne GTSs, bruh.
Yeah, no, I love Porsche.
No, you are
Everything
blessed.
I'm doing, Mr. David, is to one day own a Porsche. Porsche is the end game.
You'll get to it and realize there are better cars. Hey, that's life. That's life.
I don't know, hey.
I'm a Cayenne person. So
You see?
like, X3 Cayenne, yeah.
Which
give me
Porsche?
Me? Oh, okay. GT3 RS. But if I can't get that one due to,
life
supply and
problems.
demand or
Okay,
whatever,
yes.
turbo, just like a 911 turbo.
Jesus, listen
That's
to that.
Turbo S, yeah. But
So what's holding you back?
money. I mean, I'm not selling t-shirts. I'm not serious.
You want a Porsche? Start selling
I need to
t-shirts.
do better, yeah.
Sell them from the boot of the i30.
Yeah,
People will
probably.
flock.
Yeah.
So the Audi impressed you.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I feel like their performance models make more sense than their normal base models.
Yeah.
If you have the money for an Audi, try and get an S3 or an S4. I mean, the S8 as well was stunning. I was like,
Yes.
this is like a V8.
Yeah.
It's like a 4-liter V8 and it's in a sedan. The only problem was that car was a fish tank, but I was like, this is fine.
Yeah.
This I could live with.
I say this because I've had a privilege of owning one or two Audis, and they felt like it was the same car. But then again, it wasn't a power
Oh, yeah.
Audi. So they felt like, this is the same car as the last one. Basically, they are very consistent in how they manufacture
Especially
their cars.
the non-performance
That's
ones.
it,
So
yes.
it's very like what you're getting in a Q5, you're getting in a Q3.
That's it. That was my
Yeah.
experience. Yeah, that was my experience.
Yeah, so
But there's nothing bad in the Porsche.
you're getting a different experience all the time.
No, Porsche ruined me. Like, of all the cars I've driven, that one,
Really?
I'm so impressed. Like,
You should introduce him to the RSPR and to the RSPR people. That's all he needs.
I must work with the Audi people, bro.
Yes.
But RSQA, bro.
Then you realize maybe it's okay, but
Yeah, but
Nah, but he's going to still say Cayenne. I know.
yeah, even the Carrera I showed you, it was a base model, but I was so impressed. I'm like, how is a base model this good? On top of the Carrera, there's a Carrera S, there's a GTS, then you still get to the turbo versions. I'm like, this guy's. I took
the base is great.
It's great. The engineering they're doing there, I don't know what sauce they're adding, but no, there's something about Porsche. Like,
I asked the same question to you. He answered it by acknowledging the Porsche, and yet he's driven so many nice cars.
yeah.
He's a Porsche guy.
One of my favorite cars you've driven is the Mustang.
Yeah. Ford was actually the first brand to give me a car. Yeah, I remember asking
Really?
that question.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I was so happy. I told everyone, like, yo, mama, hey, I'm getting a test car. It's a Ford. It was an EcoSport, but I was happy.
Hey, man.
Yo, I visited everyone. I knew that, guys, I got a car from Ford.
And at the time, the channel was clearly relatively small.
My channel grew very fast. It was already big. The problem is my channel grew so fast that even when I was reaching out to brands, they're like, who are you? And I'm like,
So you had to prove with the numbers.
They don't care even to this day. I'm still struggling. But anyway.
Do you struggle to get cars?
It's not even a numbers oriented. You know, some PR managers, are you trying to sell your cars? Do you want people to know about them? Like, must I be trying to prove to you
that I'm good at this thing?
Like, no one has the views I have. Like, no one, like, it's not even a contest, to be honest.
That's amazing.
And I'm still suffering. That's why sometimes I'm like, you know what?
But you've reviewed so many brands. That's why I'm surprised. There are brands that are not even looking at you.
But even of those I've reviewed, like, a lot of battles go. And that's why when people attack me, I get angry. I'm like, if only these guys knew, like,
the struggle.
Yeah, I think she can say it's hard.
What is your struggle with getting cars?
No, it's hard. It's more of it feels like it's a hierarchy thing. You know, I don't care about numbers. I have numbers, I have views. Like he probably has the biggest numbers out of all print media publications that are in motoring.
That's true.
I'm sorry.
But it's likely to go to a newspaper.
Yeah.
Because now you ask for there's people commenting. There's a certain car we want on the channel. That certain car, they told me, please be patient. There's a list car.
That certain car.
You will get
people want that car. People are like, and even if you send them screenshots and say, no, guys, people want to see. I know there's a list. First David, then McG, then Mpopop, then Mama. It'll fit her now because it could break.
Yeah, usually, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because they use one car.
That's what I was saying, that by the time I get the car, 5 other people have done it. So what can I do? Take it on a road trip. Because now
at least you're adding a different spice to the story.
There's no choice because it's the same number plate. It's the same car. You know, it has 60 kilowatts. You know, the seats are cloth. Like, what new thing can you say? So we get cars like at the end. You know, when
and it's unfortunate because you are like, it's such a. I don't know if I can use the word two-faced, but you're so praised when they see you. Oh, Mr. HowMuch, you're doing so well.
Then,
Mr. HowMuch, no, you know, we lovely to have you here. Oh, for Unakawasani. And then, which car? No, there's a list. No, the car's gone. You're just like.
Listening to you speak gives me an impression that some of the PR people haven't moved with the times. They still think the world looks like it did 15 years ago. Print paper, print first, and then. Because there's not a lot of TV shows that do this on a consistent basis. Like YouTube does.
Yeah.
And where the content is always there. Unless you're watching American stuff. Who's that British guy?
Matt Watson.
Yes, he came to South Africa and said, we're hijackers. Yeah. Didn't like that episode.
No,
but anyway,
that's Auto Trader. Rory.
Is it Rory?
Was it doing the Toyota Land Cruiser?
That's
yeah.
the one.
No, they said it gets stolen. Yeah, it's all production.
On. For me, it was okay to say it once or twice. We know our problems.
But come on, brother.
Yeah, the whole show. He even forgot. Towards the end, he was saying kidnap. Like we thought it was the same thing. So I was thinking, dude, no. You're talking about us. We know our problems. Yeah. So what is your observation with regards to how PR, and I know these are your friends, some of them, how they have not evolved with
they're
time?
Going to cook us the emails. We are going to
give a sanitized answer.
No, it's I think, look, I always say I understand the need for print media. I get it. Like, it'll always be there. I don't think it'll become obsolete anytime soon. There is a faction for them. I think the only disconnect that we're having is that I start to feel like you are so praised when you are seen by them. Oh, you're doing great, whatever. But when it's time to get support,
it doesn't show.
It doesn't translate in how you speak, you know? So sometimes even when events don't come in or stuff like that, you're like, Nalan too, I'll just stay home. and not cover it. There are some brands who actually have to relaunch a car because it didn't get coverage the first time.
Ooh, because they did this. The traditional route.
Well, there are some cars that launch. We don't even know it launched. We find out later, like, there's a new car.
There's a new car.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
So I think it's just that disconnect. I mean, I hardly just talk to them about these things because I'm just like, whatever I can get. At some time, batong. Am I really? Come on. No, we value you.
But we value you. But where's the car?
And I'm not saying, when it's off the boat, bring it to my house. But like, okay, fleet ya Mr. HowMuch Ashi. Yeah, and then we do that. I don't know. I don't want to sound like I'm ungrateful. But come on.
No, they just don't. I think they haven't yet accepted like this new media space. I think it's just hard. Like you can, even when you're explaining, they're just there. It's like we're playing. They think we're playing. We're at work here. We're doing serious things.
Let me tell you, them. I have made card decisions because of YouTube videos. I have made card decisions.
But even if you sell that to them, be like, hey, Moto bought a Porsche.
Mr. David bought a Porsche.
He bought a BM. He bought a this.
Because
they'll just be like, thank you.
Oh, sure, well done.
I have made a card decision because of, and you would watch this one, and this one, and then this one, and then this, because you want to hear different opinions.
Yeah.
Because now you're really in the market. Because now it's not like going to the shop and walking into a shop. Now I'll YouTube this first before I even go to the shop.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. I'm not going to look for newspapers.
David Mashabela said it.
He said it.
I did not say
and of course, there's nothing wrong with the print media. I'm just saying they need to just find a way to integrate both worlds.
And so that there's a bit of fairness, because now you get to, like he's saying, the end of the life cycle of the vehicle, it's being deflated, 15,000. If it's not broken, or mohomo, habana nitababu, you'll see it with him. It's broken.
They'll tell you the car was in an accident. It's broken. Reba is driving it. Like, okay, sure, bruh. It happens a lot, sure.
Yeah. So then you start to get like very like bummed out. You're just like, batung.
Rona hey. Jeez, it's tricky. You've done a video where they gave you a car and something was wrong with it.
Oh, my TCR.
And they gave you another one.
No.
Or something.
Or something.
It was in KZN or somewhere.
No. It was here. Before I bought my blue Hyundai i30.
Okay.
To celebrate 100,000 subscribers last year, I bought a TCR GTI 7.5.
Yes.
Yeah, so I saw that car. And how's this guy? Like, guys, what's this guy in an accident? Like, no, it's fine. I'm like, And I told them, if this car has issues, I'm going to bring it back. I'll take it. I'll take it to VW. They'll check it. If they're like, no, it's fine. There's nothing wrong. Sharp. I took that car, and Vela was excited when I got it. I went straight home, showed them like, yo, I bought my dream car, bought a GTI.
To the graveside.
Bless it and stuff. But the car had this rattle. I'm like, man. So when I got back after that weekend, we took it to VW. I remember I went to the first dealership. They told me, my man, didn't you see this thing is a scrap? I'm like, They're like, bro, this thing they started showing me the panels, the wrist sprays, they open. Yo, I was so squashed. So I called them like, hey, but your car is a cut and join here. What's happening? But there's nothing like that. Then they said, no, bring the car to us. We'll take it to another VW. So I was like, no, I'll take it myself.
Yes.
So I took it there. They said the same thing. Same day, I remember it was around 5 as the dealership was closing. I drove the TCR straight back to the dealership. I took my Vaseline. I had a steering lock. It's high-risk cars. Took my steering lock. I gave them the keys and stuff. And I was like, what must happen here, guys? Can just refund me my money. Jeez. I don't want to start calling you out and doing fight. Yeah, let's not fight. Just
let's just let it go.
Then they're like, actually, Vele, the car had an issue. It was resprayed, but it wasn't that bad. I'm like, I don't care. Just give me my money.
Because you didn't buy it under that impression.
Like if you tell me like, bruh, this car was broken. We put it together. You show me. I'm going in knowing, but don't lie to me. So they refunded me my money. Then this time I was like, I'm buying a brand new car. Then that's how I got the Hyundai.
What are you driving? Are you willing to tell us?
I don't have a car.
You Ubered here?
No, I drove. But
Ghana, you have a car every day. I forget.
No, but I'm doing project myself where I'm looking for a car.
I know that. I've seen those videos.
So-
I thought the decision was made.
No, the decision is actually leaning towards this francs, but I'm also being told not to buy the francs. This guy's like, it has no aura.
Ah, bad,
you
don't
say-
stop, boy.
you
Make
say
him
Is that what you're driving now?
Yeah, franc, give a tongue.
Yes. But what is the decision? What do you like about it? Finance, budget, or
It's
just
not
the car itself?
I think the only thing I love about, not the only thing, I love like, yes, it's affordable, it's fuel efficient because I drive around a lot. The only thing that I can't stand is just the engine. It's too noisy. It's a naturally aspirated one. So on higher, on incline, so that car is a 10 out of 10 for me.
But
it's just that thing. So I've just been toying around with other brands as well, hoping that on my birthday I can get myself something.
When is your birthday? Someone is going to buy you a car.
In
here.
November.
Now here we have high income viewers.
Like, who's that young lady?
She needs a car. So you might as well tell our high income viewers to tell you what car you want.
I want a BMW 320D in blue.
Sure.
Very specific.
Yeah, fine.
But imagine she actually gets it. There's some rich guy there like, this one, okay.
Our high income viewers.
Now you get it. Now it's like, Reba, you didn't buy it. Who's the morena who bought it for you?
But yeah, YouTube. That's what it does.
YouTube, bruh. But yeah, that's actually the car that I really want.
So you want it because you like it, unlike his Porsche issues, which has a lot to do with ego. With you, yeah, don't worry. I have the same
love
problems
the
with
3
cars.
Series. I think that's probably the most perfect sedan ever. If it was up to me, I would say M340. Just go.
But
I think because just 320, then storyline, move into something. You know,
okay, with that storyline.
No, the thing is, you can't start too high.
Yes.
Now she buys an M3. Where does she go from
Oh,
there?
I have to buy so when you start with a 320D, you're fine. Then you can say 340, it's still on the same line. Maybe then I say Cayenne, just
Okay, slowly.
But
Storyline.
now if you say I bought an M3, guys.
Yeah, then you move to that car that spins.
Which one?
The G-Wagon.
The G10. That's why I wish.
Yeah.
It's gotten expensive.
Pricing is what is it, 5.5 million or something.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I think they need to just relook their pricing as a whole.
Let's talk pricing.
Yeah. I'm here for pricing.
Pricing for me, I don't know already, Pari. As South Africans, we're taking advantage of Ratadilo and we'll buy them anyway. I don't know what is the issue, because do you know, even in the housing market, the same problem applies.
Yeah.
Where a house that's worth 3 million rands, when you look at it, it's like, this shouldn't be worth 3 million. However, this person is selling it for 3 million. To them, it's an emotional attachment to the product and emotion to their pricing. That I build it, I raised my kids here, I love it, I really actually don't want to give it up. It's worth 3 million. And then they stay there for an entire year. No one is buying this thing, but they're not reducing it. We have that problem in South Africa because things stay at a very high price, even if you know the person that's selling it, that no one is willing to buy it at this price.
Part with that money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So from your perspective, what is the problem with South Africa's car pricing?
I feel like most brands are just out of touch with reality. What's going on?
What is reality? People are poor or they are cheaper cars?
Like, there's just other things you want to spend money on, not just the car, you know. There's just some cars you look at, like, why is this so expensive? You can make this cheaper. You know you can, but you're like, no, I'm staying on that price. But there's no need. Like, cost of living is high. Even if you are rich, you still want to have some extra money.
That's true.
To go out and do other things. So I don't know. Hey, like, cars don't have to be expensive as they are. I feel.
What is your observation, having been to China as well, where cars are the ones that are really complicating the South African car pricing
But
market?
they're cheaper there. Australia's market is significantly cheaper than ours. Chinese cars are cheaper. Even German manufacturers are cheaper in China than they are here.
Jeez.
So it's a taxes thing, apparently. The duties,
the
tariffs and everything.
Even the pre-Trump tariffs.
Yeah, it's been high. So, I mean, there's that, and also the influx of the Chinese have now made people a bit more price sensitive.
Yeah.
But there's a disconnect with the challenger brands because they don't want to fold on their pricing. They need to
you remember the point I made?
Yeah.
No one is buying, but I'm staying.
Yeah, they now are trying to augment, like, okay, no, this car has these things standard, this is all you're going to. Back then everything was an extra. Now it's a package, like, okay, this car is 2 million.
And the packages are still expensive.
So they're not reducing the price, they're trying to sell you more value.
So what they would do is, okay, this water is R1 million, right?
With the cap?
With the cap, but the cap is standard now.
Yes,
Prior,
okay.
the cap
In the past, the cap was 1,000 rand.
Yes, now we have the cap standard. I mean, there's still high-end cars that have halogen headlamps. I'm not parting with 800,000 rand for Gerese. Guys. So but they're trying to now put it together, and that's where the Chinese will most likely thrive, because their cars, it's trim levels 1, 2, 3, everything is done.
Yeah.
Your safety aids are there.
Sometimes too much.
Yes.
They're always beeping those
but
cars.
everything, and that's what most South Africans want. They want a car that's, that has everything. And with now everything being so expensive, we don't have the luxury of changing cars every 5 years now. People want to have them until the wheels fall off.
That's it.
So what do I do? Instead of me now getting into a Polo GTI, let me just get a H6. When I have kids, we are fine, we are sorted. So I leave the GTI. Or if I have the GTI, I'm going to keep it for longer now.
Sure.
Because it's holding up value. These cars are not getting any cheaper.
No, they're not.
Market.
No, they're not. They're not. But I will say, though, the legacy brands cars still drive nicer, Shem. I don't want to lie.
True.
German cars drive so much better. There's still some work to be done with the Chinese brands.
Say your Mercedes, your BMW, the VW, your Audis, your Toyota, naturally, because it's part of that.
Those cars you feel the difference. Even the systems, some of the Chinese cars, the adaptive cruise control, the steering wheel is just fighting with you. Like, it's just there. Just trying
the lane key, bro.
Hey, I'll tell you.
The throttle modulation, sometimes you step on the accelerator and then it thinks about it. Then it
either jumps or it thinks about it.
Yeah. So there are those small little niggles that they still need to sort out.
But packaging wise, they are able to package a product and say this is the best thing.
They're still winning,
and they're
despite the imperfections. Or we can give it to you.
It's amazing.
Yeah, a full SUV for the price of a hatchback.
I like the tank. Have you guys reviewed the tank?
Which one, 500 or 300?
300.
I haven't.
500 seemed too big for me.
But the tank 300 is nice. I like it too. It's
nice.
a cute thing. I like it. Yeah.
I like the tank.
But I think they are a strong Chinese brand in terms of also how they try with this throttle modulation, whatever.
GWM is proper.
Yeah, I think GWM.
That's why when you said the Chinese are flimsy, I had to highlight what I've experienced.
No, I know GWM is that one. Like when we drove H7, we were like, whoa. This is a 2.4 liter turbo. It was nice. It was proper. So they are one of those few brands where I'm like, these cars are fine. We can. Others.
There are others. There's a lot of Chinese brands.
And there's more coming.
Yeah, and there's more.
Of course, show me. So
China correspondent.
Reporting live from Xinjiang.
I'm not going.
Just checking.
Reporting live from Xinjiang. I'm here in front of another one. So what's coming? What have you had?
They haven't confirmed anything with the last trip that we went to. They were just like, hey, left-hand drive pricing.
Yeah.
But there's a few ones that are coming. I think we've got the tank diesel now and the new H6. So the Haval H6 at least is coming. I went with GWM, so I can't speak on the other brands. There are other people.
But they never paid you. They
didn't pay me.
Well, I know they wouldn't pay you, but they paid for the trip. So that's done. Now you can be honest.
No, we did go see the others, but in Cherry, I think they're bringing in new hybrid models.
Okay.
There's a new J7. That plug-in hybrids. They bring in plug-in hybrids.
A lot of hybrids,
Yeah.
My thing with their hybrids, though, I'm sorry, they don't.
You're not a fan.
No, the thing is, a hybrid is supposed to save you petrol, but I don't know how they do hybrids.
But apparently, this one is doing 1,000 Ks, bro.
Oh, this one is
1,500 Ks. This JQ one.
What?
Oh, okay. Let me wait
until we drive it.
Apparently, yeah. So let's just 1,500.
But normally the hybrids, it's a hybrid. it has this much power. It has 290 kilowatts.
Jeez,
You
yes.
drive it, you're like, this is 180.
No, like the switch from petrol to the battery, they didn't get it right. It's not seamless. It sounds it's
Because
like,
you shouldn't feel it.
yeah, but you feel it under your foot when it changes to whatever mode it wants to be on. So it's just small things. Sean.
Do you know what I like about the Chinese is that they are a relatively new economy. By saying new, it's 50 years old, 40 years old, give or take. But what they've achieved in that time.
I mean,
time.
look at that cherry QQ. That small little thing to what cherry is now.
Yeah.
It's insane.
yeah,
you remember
true.
the
old cherries
the
were
Tigo?
not-
That's that Tigo with the big
No,
tire.
they were not nice.
Bruh.
No, they've come a long way.
They've
They
come a-
evolve. You see, they're not rigid and
And they move fast.
They move fast. They're gonna surpass all the
Legacy
all the
brands.
legacy brands. If they're codnapping,
There are already articles with the VW guys appealing to government to assist because remember, most of these legacy brands, not most, some, and key brands, they produce their cars here, meaning that they create jobs here.
which is
And the Chinese cars, they come on a ship. They get dropped off. The only thing that applies to them is when they have to fix the parts and fix the cars and so forth. That's where there's their job opportunities.
Yeah.
And some of these big brands are saying, but we are helping you with your unemployment problems. And you're letting these guys sell cheap cars
But they lobby.
right next to us.
They know how to lobby. The Chinese know how
course.
to lobby.
Absolutely.
They are selling such a great proposal. Like, guys, this is what they can lobby. So I think with those ones, with the manufacturing, that's why I say it's going to be very hard for us to say, go buy Chinese, because I always have that in the back of my mind. That I think, as much as they're expensive, please try and buy a VW. Please try and buy a BMW.
Yeah, but they're not wrong though. I mean, the jobs they create. Like I've been to the VW plant.
In Utenake.
Thousands of people.
Yeah.
How many kids are being fed from the mums and dads who work there? The BMW plant in Roslyn. Same thing. Like
Prospecton in Durban.
In Pretoria, in
Yeah.
Mamelodi, where they just hire so many people
there's
because they make, what do they make there now? Not the Range Rover, probably the Range
Ford
Rover.
as well. Also
Yes,
makes
yes,
Ford
Ford, yes.
The Rangers, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
so
Ranger
now-
rather, yeah.
You think of all those economies, you think of all the families and all the, like, they're doing something. And to some extent, I understand. Like, they need to be protected because they've invested something in the country. Millions, billions, who knows? They're feeding our people. But also to them, their pricing. we see the good you do, but just look at the broader picture. Like,
And I think it shouldn't be drastic. I'm not saying that their car should be 400,000 or
free.
for free.
But it can be.
Mara,
yeah,
you know,
but they know the way they can drop
when you're at an event and they show you the pricing, you're like,
And is that common across?
There's a lot we went to. I've never had people laugh. They said the price of this car, everyone laughed. Numbers of I've even seen that car on the road to this day. I was like, what are you doing? Who's going to
that's
buy
usually
this?
What it's like. Now you have this. Oh, guys, how am I going to sell it? Then you put it on social media. That's why they are closing down. That's why they're leaving the country.
no.
And now you're like, guys, I'm not trying to give you bad PR, but
Yeah, like it's just the pricing sometimes. Yeah. And you see it everywhere. I mean, look at a lot of dealerships. First, let's say it was XYZ dealership. Now it's cut in half. There's a Chinese dealership sharing the space and that.
In
like,
my street here,
you see,
there's a lot of that. Yes.
common everywhere. It's like all the big brands, small brands, there's a Chinese dealership
Right
with
next,
them.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
no,
Oh,
let's
they're
help
closing
you
up.
with your
They're
rent.
closing
Oh, they're closing, yes.
Oh, they're closing. So it's happening, and I feel like they need to adapt. They need to just read the room, see what's
And the
happening.
room is people don't have money.
People don't have money, guys.
That's the room.
Yeah, I think they're
as
expensive.
much as we see so many new number plates, I mean, what are we on? MG?
No, we're
MH.
well past MG now. We're on
When Cherry was launching, it was L. I remember. That's when I stopped counting.
We're on
No, what?
When Tigo 4 was
MJ,
launching, it
I
was
think.
L. Most of the Tigos, the Cherries are LC,
we're
L.
finished now. We're well into the M's. I think it's MJ maybe. But yeah, people are buying cars. They are.
They are.
The brand new car market is still strong in South
No, it's
Africa.
No,
very
I think they
strong.
report a lot of like strength. Like every month they say it's held up well, or it's increased a little bit and stuff like that.
And yet, you go to Val, you find so many second-hand car dealers.
Yeah.
You go to Pretoria, Colonnade. You go to Ondeckers.
Okay,
See,
Yeah, it's kind of
and then you wonder. And you go to Wheelie, you go to
We buy cars. Yeah.
And you say there's so many used cars in the market.
There are a lot. Yeah.
And yet people are still buying brand new cars. You see, that's what tells the Germans that the guys are still all right.
No, people have money. There are people who still have money, but
I mean, when that extra came out,
yeah, they were all over the roads. Like
even before the press release came
it's
out,
like Raptors. You think they're for free, like, but you know, do you want a Raptor? I'll take it. Go outside. Like how many?
How many
A Raptor is like 1.23 million rand.
Hiluxes,
you know,
every day.
Then are we correct in this conversation that the room says we are broke? If you see those type of behavior, clearly there's a contradiction in what's happening.
There is
Actually, we need to do a proper study.
We need a
on
proper
this,
survey. Yeah,
I'll tell you the survey.
Tell us.
It's not complicated. This thing.
We are broke.
We have a very strong financial sector.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to the bank now asking to buy a house for 2 million rands or a car for 2 million rands, they're likely to give you money for the car,
Yes.
not the house. This is quick money return for banks. It's a 5-year, 6-year deal. You're likely to buy it on residual. You're going to owe way more.
Balloon.
It's going to complicate your life.
You're gonna bring
but
it
it's
back.
good. You're likely to bring it back. You're likely to auction it and so forth and so forth and so forth. This is a 20-year deal. It's complicated. So it's not that complicated. However, you're going to take long to pay this.
Yes.
This is quick, easy money. So as long as we have a strong financial sector, we're going to end up with a situation where lots of cars on the road driving on balloon payment.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
one of the banks are offering. They work with the Chinese brands. It's 40% balloon.
That's possible. I thought the highest was 30. And on its
I
own.
think it's a 96-month deal, but
Oh yeah, there's to anyone watching this. If you find yourself getting a 90%,
Balloon.
96%.
No, 96 months.
96. Okay, let me start
what
again.
is 96 months?
If you
How
find
many
yourself
months is 96
paying
months?
Is that 6 years?
700 trillion years.
Sorry. Let's do the math.
Let's do the math. Yeah, then I'll continue.
Yeah, I'll tell you. It's 96, right?
By 12.
Divided by 12. What is it giving me?
years.
8 years.
So yes.
Yes.
So if you find yourself having to pay for a car for 96 months, 8 years, I just leave it. Like
Yeah, and on residual.
and there's still 30% balloon,
40.
which is waiting for that one. Yeah, 40.
Bruh.
I know that's too much. What are we doing, guys?
When you observe that,
Yeah.
what is your conclusion? Desperation by car dealers, or is it let's take advantage, or
No,
also
it's advantage.
people want to have these cars so
No, you
badly?
just want that car you can't afford. The problem is, you know what the dealership asks you when you walk in? I wanted a car recently. I was looking around. The first thing they ask, how much are you willing to pay? Once you answer that question, you are done. So if
You're
you tell
trapped
them,
in that price
yeah,
range.
because now they will create a deal that will accommodate 10,000 rand a month. Whether it's 30% balloon, 96 months, they'll find a way to create it.
Getting an X5 on got 3,000 rand a month. Because we've got this crazy residual and 112 months.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So you need to be cautious so you don't
But they
like
take advantage
Yeah,
of
they
I
do.
bought a car on lay-by.
Lay-by.
I know. I did. I walked into the dealership. I said, I like it. I'm willing to give you this much. You hold on to it. And I'll see if I can pay the next one and the next one and the next one.
Okay.
They didn't want the deal to leave the shop. The guy went and spoke to his manager. This guy, it's a 200,000 rands car. He wants to give us 70,000. and he's not taking the car. Are we willing to hold on to this money? I remember I saw that. I'm looking at them after having a conversation. And this guy walks back and says, yeah, it's fine. When are you giving us the 70,000? I'm giving you now. It's like, okay, let me go back and tell him. When there? Yeah, he's giving us now. Cool. Let's do the deal. 3-4 months of payments. I remember now I had issues in the family. We didn't have money. And I remember the 3rd month, I called him. I said, I don't have it. But give me some time.
Yeah.
No, but we have to count it as the deal that happened on such and such a month. Again, they have their own target.
Yes, yeah.
I said, okay, what do you want me to do? Give me my money back.
Yeah.
And I did it in 4 months.
Wow.
It was the caddy that we drive here at the office.
Was it like, why did you live by it? Was it like a limited edition? Like if you miss it, you'll never find it again?
It was the one that was available at that price. And I was worried that I would lose it.
Oh.
That was my worry. And I said, I give you some money, hold on to it, let's see what decision you'll make. And they said, basically, you can strike any deal with a dealership. They want to sell these things.
They do.
They
Yeah.
do.
They do not care. If you watch Muzi's episode, that's when you realize how desperate these people are to sell. What are your dreams with the channel going forward?
I just pray that the channel still grows. Obviously want to get to like this guy's numbers, groundbreaking numbers.
You'll get there.
But I also want like it to be like a proper production, like TV-esque in a way, but still not losing the essence of what my channel's about and trying to reach the average person, And hopefully I'll have Maseve FM somewhere. I know that's the part, but the channel, I just want it to be big.
Yeah.
But I always still want to maintain the humility and the grace that I've always had on the show.
I wish I knew song lyrics like you do. I suck.
Really?
I play music every day. I hum 99% of the songs. I don't pay it because remember when we were doing radio, music is playing in your ears and then you're doing other things for the next link and the next link. So never pay attention to the music really. I know the songs, I want it, and it's a nice song, I'm enjoying it. However, the lyrics, you know words to songs. Unless you're fooling us, you know the first few.
No, I know the whole one, but I have to just find one that's catchy, that can strike someone's attention. But yeah.
I wish, man.
Growing up, I used to read lyrics.
And
you read even sometimes on my phone now you just click on you read. It gives you okay. Sometimes I read the meanings behind these songs in my spare time in the evening. I read about the band, the artist, their history.
Man, how much music do you care for?
I said, there's a song by Anita Baker. I like this one. Okay, Anita Baker.
She's
Anita Baker
school,
was
man.
born.
You know Anita Baker?
You say, give me one of her songs I've never heard.
Sweet Love.
Dude, you sing all the time. This is not out of your character.
No, you guys are putting me on the spot.
It's not out of your character at all.
Maseve FM, sing. Let's
this is not out of her character. I'm surprised she's shy to sing.
Just like the first 5 seconds.
But now, King, with all my heart, I love you, baby.
I don't know.
Stay with me.
Sweet love.
I know that part.
See, listen, she's singing the words. I'm saying.
There's no stronger than in this world.
Okay.
She don't know Gladys Knight.
Hey,
Although we've come to the...
Well, she'll say Boys to Man. He'll say Boys to Man if you sing that song.
Boys to Man.
End of the road. Remember, it's a...
Get the pips, mus.
No.
Am I getting it wrong?
Yeah, you are.
Can I king? No, man.
End of the Road is a Babyface song written for Boys to Men. And then Gladys Knight and the Pips did a medley of different songs.
Oh, yes.
Where they're singing different songs.
That's the first one that came up.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
See, that's the stuff I know. I shouldn't know.
I just know his song.
Doesn't matter, eh? It doesn't.
That part of the medley stuck with me when she sang it. Yeah.
Then it finishes with, I gotta go.
Yeah, I need to go do my homework on.
Don't you worry, man. You are fine.
You're cool, man. You're a cool guy.
You're an aircraft engineer. So the dream is there to grow and grow and form formal relationships with these PR companies so they give you more cars.
It's been 6 years, bro, Dave.
Ooh, that's bad. By now, you shouldn't be struggling.
This is a toxic relationship now. Like,
somebody needs to talk to them. But then you look at them and say, it's their loss as well. But you need the car.
It's hard to actually be a very it's their loss, like it's our one, because there's someone else who's willing to do it for free. Might not have the numbers as him, might not, but there's someone who's willing to take this test car. I give them, they must do 20 stories on this product, 10 reviews. There's someone who's willing to do it because they see all the glitz and glam of the industry. So when we decide to retreat, the brands know that there'll be another.
There's somebody else.
There'll be another HowMuch. There'll be another Muzi. Like, we don't really need to beg these people.
Yeah.
So it's now we have to walk on eggshells and still respect them, but also stand your ground and say there's some things that I won't tolerate. And I think we just want to be respected a little bit more and catered for a little bit more.
Yes. You had a Mahindra for a while.
Yeah, the Baki.
How was that given to you for so long? It is longer than regular time, if I remember.
Yes, we ask for them. I mean, I don't have a personal car, so I rely on the long-term one. So I'll ask, like, can I have a car for a few months? This is the return.
Jeez.
Can I have to? And then some agree, some get for a year.
I need to get this.
Hey, bruh, but I need one.
I'm cooking my car. My mileage is so high.
So you do get those where it's just long and you park it, drive another one, do a video, return it.
I prefer the long-termers.
But don't they come with higher demands and ridiculous?
No,
we want this and that.
It's actually a bit nicer because you have more time.
Yes.
So you can just chill with it. You can put it on the vlog channel. You can do whatever with it. And people start to associate you with a certain car. So then it still adds on to the community thing that Reba drives a Frank. So she drives a Polo. She drives what.
Look at that.
Whereas the ones that come in and out, it's here for the week, it's gone. It's here for the week, it's gone. So when you start a story or give people a taste into like what car ownership is like, that's when they start to appreciate you a little bit more, because you're not just saying fuel, it costs like this. Guys, I've been living with it here, all my slips,
everything. I've poured petrol.
I've poured
10
petrol,
times.
guys. I put my stuff in there. I tried to take a trip, everything fell apart. You know, those kind of things that people don't get to experience in a week's worth of a test.
Yeah, interesting, eh? Car for free for a year. Why do you even want to buy your own car?
I need my own one. I want something that says me.
Yes.
Yeah. So
with you, dreams for the show, for the channel?
Currently,
now that there's channel 2.
Oh yeah, I have 2 channels now. MrHowMuch and MrHowMuch Plus.
Yeah.
The second channel is more of just me being me. There's not much editing going on. It's just.
It's you at the Metro FM parking and getting in and then.
You know, just basic stuff. Then the main channel, my baby, I love it. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who supported me. When I started, I honestly, I don't want to lie, I didn't think it would be anything really. I was just doing it for vibes, you know, just doing it for fun. And I just saw the numbers. I'm like, hey, maybe I can. Maybe
you can do this.
Maybe I can be a YouTuber. Like,
which review gave you that? Maybe I can keep going and not stop. There must have been one particular episode.
It should be a Ford one.
Which one?
It could be a Ford one.
No, yeah, I did a lot of Ford. There was a time I was called Mr. Ford Much. Ford at the time was really like
supporting.
They were really they supported me. They helped me.
Mr. Ford Much.
Mr. Ford Much. I was just doing Fords for a while, but I've taken a step back now. I'm being a bit diverse, but the video. It was the first video actually, the first car review, which would be my second video.
Okay.
Yeah, I did it at a dealership. That video, I think, for a first video, did well. It's on. I think it's on 70,000 views now. So I was like, people are interested in this. I'm doing another one. I did another one. And then,
Never stopped.
Never stopped. So my dream, I want to get 1 million subscribers. That's my goal. Then from there, I'll take it from there. But at the moment, I'm trying to get to 200,000 subscribers.
That's what we're working towards.
That's what we're working towards.
It's hard, these numbers.
It's really hard. You know,
it looks easy from a distance.
It looks easy,
it's hard, guys. This numbers thing. I mean, I'm on 43,000. I'm just trying just to get to 50. But when you put it into perspective, you need 7,000 more people to find me.
And that is the number of people. Have you been to Sun Arena?
Oh, yes.
That's the people at Sun Arena.
Yeah, but
that's a lot of people.
And it's true. And you know, we never think of it. Like, you look at the views, like, if let's say 10,000, imagine 10,000 people.
It's a lot of people
watching you. That's a lot of people.
But it's perspective. You always see like, I think these numbers are not good. This is low. I'm good. 5,000 people.
I get you would compare it. That perspective is you looking at your numbers and looking at his numbers, looking at Muzi's numbers, looking at McG.
Guys, come on. Why do I waste my time? No, but I appreciate appreciate every single subscriber. Like
Yes.
I'm always like, yeah, you know what? Whether it was 10,000, 20,000, taking time out of your day to support, it means everything. to me.
Yeah, it's time we merchandise. It's time you get
I want a house in
SA
Delstrom.
Tourism.
Delstrom.
You want a house in Delstrom?
That's my dream. I just want a house in Delstrom.
It's not a big thing.
My viewers know I love Delstrom. Like
Yes.
that's my dream. Just get a house in Delstrom.
Yeah.
And then promote it on the channel and they go stay there.
I've been wanting to do this with both of you for so long. He knows.
Yeah.
For so long, because I absolutely enjoy your content. I'm a proper YouTube consumer. I watch
you
that
are.
Yeah.
stuff. I've seen so many of your episodes. I can tell you all sorts of things. That's why we were talking about where you shoot, and there's some guy who you're always shooting with. I see all of that.
Yeah.
You know? So there's sometimes we go tlhageng somewhere. It's like, where is this?
Oh, in
that
Centurion,
bush.
I know that bush for the off-roader.
For the off-road videos.
Just take it to Fatiga
Nah, you
I've
really
seen the
consume the
bush.
content.
I do.
Yeah, you do.
All of you. You know, even Moosey's new direction.
Oh, with
I
the
find it
high mileage
amazing.
cars.
There's these high mileage cars.
And it has a lot of viewers.
It does. We're trying to do, like, we're calling it the people's video.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's me, her, and Muzi. We're just trying to work out. Actually, he lives in Nelspruit,
Hey.
Muzi and I. So we're just trying to
Moosey's going to Devon. He's back home. He goes to Devon.
So we're trying to come together, just do like one special episode.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
do recognize that you're a community of
No,
sorts.
we're all friends. Yeah, we talk. Like I was talking to him just yesterday. We were like, we talk.
And
It's
and
small-
look how YouTube has introduced you guys to yourselves, to each other.
I used to watch
So
it on TV. I was telling you the other day, like, I talk to a celebrity every now and then. Because, I'm failing you to this. Like, I just came into it and I was like, wow, all these people I used to watch.
Look at that.
Yeah. So
I remember my first call to Muzi. I don't even know how I got his numbers. And he said, yeah, when I'm in Joburg, I'll come visit. And he came here, hung out, and we recorded a really cool video. With reviewing other cars and so forth. It was quite a nice Saturday afternoon.
It was,
He's that kind of guy, very easygoing.
That Morena just pops out of nowhere. When he says Morena, he kills me. I love it so much.
Now, you guys are amazing. I want you to carry on, never stop. I love your work. I'm encouraged by it. I look at it every time. It's like, I can do a car review. But I wouldn't want to go anywhere. They're like you. I don't want the camera facing at me like you. You know what I mean? You don't do much of that.
I just do voiceovers. I don't.
Do you see how the difference is so clear?
No, I enjoy talking because then I can literally see instead of voiceover. Like voiceover for me is a bit. I can do it on short form, but in video I just want to talk and be like VW, Audi, whatever. I don't like this, that. Yeah, so I prefer that.
That's just the difference is so
But
clear.
it takes so much skill. I always tell them like how you guys are able to just record on the spot and just
Talk.
say, I have to go home
in traffic.
In traffic,
She does that in traffic.
So I film everything and then I go home, I watch everything, I piece it together, then I have to come up, but it takes time. I spend like 8 hours per video. Yeah, like now I have to come up with a storyline. Okay, so we went there, we did this, then I have to remember, maybe I filmed it last month. Yeah, it's not a nice...
It's not that easy.
It's not
But
easy,
it's
actually.
you.
Yeah, it's what
It's
I know.
you,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you should like embrace it. It's you, bro.
No. I also think what she does is a skill. To talk about so many things.
While driving.
I wouldn't want and remember.
Like the fact.
I wouldn't be able to do that. And you're one of the few, which is probably why so many brands would like you, because you got the language. And you're able to do it so easily in front of camera. And she's driving, she's telling you about this thing, and then she complains about some guy driving past in the middle of all of that.
Yeah.
That is a skill, young lady.
Thank you.
Never stop, eh? Tell us next time you go to China.
China correspondent.
When you come back, we'll have a welcome party at the airport. Thank you again, guys.
It's a pleasure.
I've set up a set for you.
Hey, this looks dope.
No, that's
I've set up a
proper.
set for you. You can you shoot with a phone.
Yes.
Even episode, even channel, the main channel.
All my channels is my phone. I'm just phone. So
This phone, sure.
I just want to say to anyone watching at home, guys, there's no barrier to entry with YouTube. If you want to start a YouTube channel, just start. Don't overthink it, because a lot of people
they want camera.
They're like, no, I don't have equipment.
I drone. I want this. I want that.
Man, I
You have
edit
no
everything.
idea. I get the calls.
Yeah.
Hey, we want a studio
Yeah.
with your cameras.
No studio.
I always say you can shoot this thing at home.
You can. I do voiceovers in my car. I sit alone for 8 hours talking alone. Ha ha ha! Wow, going to
So
South
you use the voice recording.
Yeah, I just hold it like, and then
you just
we're going to Kruger National Park. That's it, and I just talk.
Look at how easy that looks.
Yeah.
And you edit.
I edit on my phone. I use InShot even, like this funny app. Yeah, everything is here. Oh my.
Yeah, life has changed.
So there's no excuse, like, because people always say, how did you start? How did you get in the industry?
What camera do you use?
What camera do you use? And when I tell them it's my phone, and I started with the small iPhone SE, not even this one. It was so bad. But what could I do? It's what I had at the time.
It's about the content.
Yeah, it's about the content.
With you? Fancy camera?
No, iPhone 7. Started with an iPhone 7. Now I'm on, use the 13. Now I'm on 16. The only thing I do is I can't edit long form on my phone. I do the like short, the TikToks and stuff on my phone. So I transfer everything to my Mac and then I work on InShot. I also use InShot.
InShot, yeah.
Yeah, you just put everything together.
And self-taught editors.
Yeah, bro.
Who make money from
You see my edits, like you can see this guy just doing this in his car. Like it's nothing.
Let me tell you, here we have editors who work here. We have people who we create jobs. Like you guys.
The producer, the editor, the voiceover artist, the cameraman, sometimes we do
We are the promoters. We are own marketing teams.
You have to hype yourself.
Help yourself.
You post a video on YouTube, promote it on Instagram.
I'm impressed, man. I could never do it. And I know how to edit videos, but there's no enough hours in the day.
No, it's hard to edit. That's the
Well
hard part.
done, man. I'm impressed. It makes me so emotional. Listen, I love Ladibus. Sister, bagay wa bidori wa groete da.
Get lower to
Tima ga Sundowns by jail.
the floppy guy.
Ay jwere ka thoma. Eta ba teng e kholo blai. Tarala rwa mshisha sa tsena. Rally complaints the bhazi nchinchi fe.
Timelining. Get levels of
We won. Oh,
yeah, I watched football.
Never.
I didn't watch. I wasn't concentrating.
Oh, marwa.
No, hallelujah, man. Why but we It's a ball inside. Sub him out. Whatever. I'm like, what's going on, guys?
It was a very emotional experience for me. I prefer watching soccer alone on my own. No one. I don't want anybody to disturb my process. I want to stand up. I want to shout. I want to run out. I want to get back into the house. I want to do all of that on my own. That's what I do. So it was not the most exciting experiences, I must tell you. To lose, I switched on the television. Actually, I didn't switch it off. I watched the movie. Very violent movie where people die.
How much?
Damn, that's a such a bro.
I wanted to disconnect from my experience. Yes. But thank you again, and I wish you well. I'm so happy and honored that you guys made the time to come this side, you know.
For you.
Yeah, I hear you moved close by. Yeah. Yes, thank you again. You're going to shoot that. Let's see how it works out.
King David Studio Podcast.